Long time ago, I had a car accident where I almost died. And I went a place somewhere beyond heaven. It is very hard to explain. And then when I came back, I think was unconsciously always searching. I wasn't really searching actively, but I always had it in my mind, or rather in my heart. What did I experience there? Where have I been? Yeah, it was really like another world. And then life approached, I became golden. And I think I was at the point where I thought I will never find the meaning of life. And I kind of gave up on searching for the meaning of life. And suddenly I met somebody that introduced me to Falun Dafa as a practice. And I had nothing to do with Chinese culture. I had no relationship with that ancient tradition at all. And she gave me a book, and I thought, okay, I will read it someday. And then I just took it out of, on one afternoon, I just grabbed the book and I started reading, and I remember it was in the afternoon, and I put the book on the side when it was 4 a.m. I couldn't believe. I was like reading it and thinking, this is everything I knew when I was a child. I understood the whole world when I was a child. I guess all of us kind of speak with trees and grass and say hi to the clouds that pass by. And then the grown-ups come and they tell you, no, the real world is studying reality, nature sciences. And so I forgot it after I grew up. And when reading Chuan Falun, it all unfolded, and it took me 3 nights, 2 more days to just finish it, read, and it opened up everything. Actually, now when somebody asks me what is the meaning of life, I can tell them I don't have personally any questions anymore. For me, it is really clear why we are here, and I'm so grateful to have been able to get in touch with it. The cook in our company, she kept telling me about the beautiful show. We have to go and see Xinyun performing arts. And I thought, okay, and she invited me for 3 years. And I always turned her down. And then she asked me in the 4th year, and I thought, she's so compassionate. How can she ask me again and again and again? And so I thought, okay, I should really go. And I went to see that show, and I was just blown away, because in the show I realized what happened when I had my almost deadly car accident. And the show explained to me that there really is something more than the world we can see with our eyes. And so after the show, I gave an interview, and I was like very excited, because it was just beautiful. It was deep inner meaning. It was, you see things I can't even describe in words. And then so later the cook also came, and she said, okay, now you're gonna start practicing Falun Dafa. And I said, okay, what is that? Yeah, you just pack your things, you come to the exercise site. And I thought, okay. And I called her in the morning of the day when I had to go to the exercise site, and it was pouring rain. It was really raining. And I called her and I said, okay, are we meeting today? And she said, why are you asking? And I'm like, yeah, okay, do you look outside the window? It's raining really heavy. And she's like, oh, that doesn't matter. We go anyway. And I was like, okay, that's really strange. And so my first time practicing Falun Dafa exercises was standing in the pouring rain, and it didn't matter at all. The energy was so strong with the exercises. There is one part where you hold Falu wheel. And I always had to open my eyes and see what is going on here. Something is really very strong energy. And from that day on, it was just a natural path, because I felt how well it did me, how good it was for my mind, especially to calm down. And I just, started doing the exercises on a regular basis, and understood deeper and deeper what the meaning of Falun Dafa is, and why people are here, why we are all together here, what the meaning of life is. what I think should do, or what people are intended to do when they come to life. So practicing Chen Shan Ren, which is truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance in everyday life, is something I really try to keep in mind. When life gets stressful, there are, of course, situations where I cannot handle it too well. But what I really try to do is to realize when an emotion catches me, that I take a kind of a step back in my inner world, take a step back and remind myself of the principles. Shall I be more compassionate now? Shall I calm down? Shall I also see the world through the eyes of the other person? Usually when everything goes fast, we are just in our own mind and what we're doing and what the others are not doing right, and they shall do this and that. Why would they behave this way? And so practicing Chen Shan Ren helps me to take a short break when I realize I am moved by my emotions, not by my rational, compassionate thinking. And if you practice this for quite some time, it becomes natural. It becomes easier every day, and you automatically kind of start thinking about the others. More and more thinking about the others first. And so, for myself, I never had a problem with being righteous, honest, tell people what I think in a decent manner. I think I was also quite okay with being compassionate, but being tolerant. I think I judged people way too much, because I thought, why do they not behave how I think they should behave? Because then we would all have a perfect world. But every one of us is really different. So every one of us has its own inner beauty and the way he or she acts. And so being more tolerant, not in a wrong way, not tolerating everything that is happening, but thinking more about others. That's actually how, and something that is really, that became quite new to me is with those 3 values, that I don't have to always have the last word. I don't have to be right. If you have an argument or a discussion, it's much easier for me to let things stand the way the other person sees them. And also say, okay, I really take your point. I might not agree, but this is your view. And it completely turned my heart, because my heart was rushing. My heart was in stress actually all the time. I'm a neuropsychologist, I'm a brain thinker, so everything goes very fast. And bringing that together to a core, this is actually how Chen Shan Ren unfolds within me and hopefully with the outer world. I have to admit that my husband, whom I'm married to since 26 years now, we were fighting quite a lot actually. Mainly over things, who is right, I am right, I want to do it this way, I want to do it that way. And that greatly improved as I stopped arguing in discussions, for example. That doesn't mean we do not exchange and that we don't have arguments, but in a very different way. It's more rational, it's not emotional, it's not fighting about your own place and your own point of view. And so that I can see greatly changed him actually also, because he had more room for himself. We women nowadays, we are quite powerful. And I only, after I took a step back, could see that I was unknowingly taking space from him. And so I could see him more also, learn to see a different person. I think that was the greatest impact in private family life. One could also say we grew up, we became grown-ups, how we stopped acting like children when behaving after Chen Ren, or putting the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance into daily life. And one other point is the relationship with my mother, as daughters and mothers is also always a special topic. And my mother had a very hard life. And she worked really hard. And so later in life, she became a person that was always seeing the bad things about life. And I think I always tried to change her, but that was kind of selfish because I did not want her to suffer. And with starting to practice Falun Gong and understanding compassion on a deeper level, I can now see that I am much better help for her if I just simply listen to her and be there for her. I still try to say, hey, take a look at the bright side or the good things. But I only now realize that I try to force it on her so she would feel better, that I would feel better. And at the end, this is actually very selfish. So I can feel my heart now when I share that with you, because that was quite a deeper inner change and understanding and meaning. Yeah, those two things, my nearest family. With friends, I always got to know when. The main benefit of practicing Falun Dafa for me personally is purpose in life. I think every one of us somehow in his heart has a place where we all ask ourselves, why are we here? What is the meaning of life? And to understand on a personal level, why would I be here? What is my purpose in life? There is a core that has been touched. I think in English it's called the mind, when thinking and heart comes together and they anchor somewhere in your being, in your inner being. We might want to call it soul, or there are many things how we would call it. So that's the main benefit. To know who you are, why you're here, what your purpose is. And then there are many side benefits, which is like health improvement. I'm always joking when everybody gets the flu and they say, oh, stay away, I'm sick. I'm like, yeah, you can hug me. I never get the flu. And that's true. I used to be sick, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times a year. That completely changed. And being 54 and still running up and down the stairs and jumping and feeling, being joyful in your body when I do the exercises on a good day. The more you do the exercises, the more you feel how it benefits the body, as energy so gently flows. But purpose, meaning of personal life, this is, the main thing. And I can only recommend it. I know the world is full of, I think I tried 20 things before, like Qigong, and I was looking into Christianity deeper, as those are our cultural roots. I did all kind of yoga. I can only tell you, try this one. I tried the exercises on a pouring rainy day, and I just stick to it from that day on. I just knew it is right. And I think whoever is meant to be, or who will be following the path of Falun Dafa, once connected, you will see that it is yours, if it is meant to be. But you have to try first, of course. There is a saying in German which is, probieren geht über studieren. It's give it a try before you study too much about. Hands-on, and then you'll see. I can only highly recommend it. What shall I say? Falun Dafa how? Falun Dafa is good.